I don't ever remember a time that I did not know that I was adopted. This is me. I turned 52 years old in 2023. According to my mother, a good friend was told of his adoption the night before his wedding. Witnessing the aftermath of this prompted my parents to tell both my brother and I as soon as we were able to understand. Whether or not anyone is prepared to understand such a profound event at any age is up for debate. We all have an origin story. Most lives begin in the same way. Two people get together for any number of reasons, and babies happen. In the majority of those cases, those babies go on to live and grow knowing who those two people were. But in approximately 3% of cases, it doesn't happen that way. There are 5 million adoptees in the U.S. I'm one of them, and this is my origin story.
We never expected that we would receive a baby. We just thought we were going up for an interview, and they said, "Oh no, we have the baby," which was you.
The last time I visited my parents, my dad gave me a box of Super 8 film reels. He had no idea what was on them. Some were labeled, some weren't. One was labeled Picking Up Jessica in Marysville. My dad suspected it was filmed the day they met me at the California Children's Society Adoption Agency in Chico, California. You can imagine my excitement and anticipation as I sat down to watch it for the first time.
All I need to hear about is what the day was like when you guys picked her up for adoption. Start at the beginning of your day and tell me what happened.
Okay, do you want me to start, Richard? Okay, the first thing happened was we got a phone call from the agency, which was called the Children's Home Society, in their office in Chico, California. Have you got it on?
Yes.
All right, it was in Chico, California. And my mother had come up, to spend some time with us, and David, and this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And we were told that it was going to take about 2 years for the second adoption to go through. But we'd started the process, okay? So we thought we were going up there to be interviewed and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we drive up to Chico, California, okay, which was, how far?
About an hour.
An hour away from, we were in the
Beale Air Force Base.
Beale Air Force Base in Marysville, California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we go up there and we sit down with speaking to this man who's in charge, and this, that, and the other. And out of nowhere, he turns to us and he says, "Do you want to see her now?" We said, "What are you talking about? You see her now?" He says, "Well, she's here." We said, "But it was supposed to be 2 years that they would." They said, "No, she's already here." I said, and he says, "You can take her home now." And all I can remember saying was, "But we can't take her home. We don't have anything pink." So we don't have anything pink. And he says, "Well, do you want to see her?" I said, "Yes, but we can't take her home. I would take going out for lunch and we're going back with a baby. That doesn't make sense, right? Right, Richard?"
Right. Okay. So yeah.
So anyway, so he takes us in. We see this tiny little thing. She was like 6 pounds, 12 ounces. And she was in an Angora sweater, and it was hotter than hell. And she had little zips all over her face, little white zips, but she was as
Crust.
cute as her. Huh?
Crusty.
Oh, they were
crusty.
disgusting. Anyway, but she was very cute. She was very cute. And she was smiling. She was only
She
4
was only
weeks
6
old.
weeks.
No,
so
4
4
weeks. She was 4 weeks, all right?
Mm-hmm.
No, she may have been 5 weeks.
Okay.
Was 4. Okay, so anyway, so we said, "Fine, but we can't take her home. You have to get your head in the right place." Mm-hmm. So he says, "Well, what about if I deliver her? I'll bring her down on Thursday." So we said, "Fine, but not before then, because you got to get our heads in the right place." Yeah. So we went back, and actually we was both, I think, sort of, in a trance. And we stopped at Babies R Us on the way back, which was in Yuba City or Marysville, wherever it was. And we bought pink stuff, right? And we took it back to the house. And he came on Thursday and delivered her like a pizza. There you go.
When I was 34, I requested information from the California Children's Society about my adoption. I received 4 pages of data about my biological mother, father, and grandparents. When I was 45, I took a DNA test. This gave me all kinds of information about my ethnicity. None of that information had the same impact as watching my mother dance with me in her arms for the very first time. I've always considered myself lucky. I've always thought of my life as a gift. My origin story was a happy one. What's yours?